Man's out here watching Hamza. Hamza is next level, bro. His recent content, I literally, a video that has inherent value for literally every human in the history of the world is Hamza, the best book I've ever read about making money. I just watched it. It's fucking mad. So if anyone joins, that'll be great. If not, we'll see how it goes. They always make oh, it actually, this is weird, yeah, because I tried to go live earlier, and then I stopped going live, and then I went live again like 3 more times. This is what I saw Keith Parks done the other day. It's like people go live before they're even sure if they really want to be live, and then they and then you just kind of end it when you realise that you don't really want to be live anymore. Why am I purple? Where is that light coming from? That does not really make any sense. Is my phone just like interpreting everything and makes it purple? That's weird. My phone, the only light that I am seeing. Yo, Key, how are you? I was just saying the phenomena of doing lives and then you just turn them off. Like yesterday, I was in your live and you just like, I saw 10 minutes in, you were like, I don't really want to be live anymore. I do that so much. I was doing it earlier. But this purple light that you're seeing has been completely fabricated between the reflection of my camera and the brightness on my phone. Like that, look, it's blue now, and then as it mirrors consistently, eventually it goes purple somehow. I'm doing really good, to be honest. Yeah, thank you. How are you, bro? I've just been watching a hour-long video by Hamza. Are you familiar with Hamza? He, a video by his is the best book I've ever read about making money. I've just been, and it's quite powerful and it's getting me thinking about a lot of stuff. So, heard of him, haven't watched him though. He's very good, I think. He does like, I'll show you him if I can. This is him now. Look, he does like hour-long videos these days, and he does, this is so direct, yeah, and this is something so powerful and something I'm going to take from him. It's just simply being way more direct with the way that I speak. So obviously I don't edit these days. I am going to be changing my content drastically in the foreseeable future, but it's like there's no pause in between his words for the most part. Like I've done videos of that nature before, but he's speaking so directly, he cuts out all the bullshit that doesn't need to be in there, and there's no time for you to think or breathe or nothing. He's just telling you information that you want to hear. What was he actually speaking about earlier that was actually relevant? It made me think of you actually, Key. I don't know why. I can't fucking remember. But yeah, how's it going then? Basically, I'm on here mainly, I want to speak about the future of the channel and what's going to be going on. So mainly, I'm going to have a website up eventually. Truthtillidie.org, most likely.
Their lifestyles up here, and then they're in debt, and then they're like...
And that's where I'm going to be moving to, because he was... Hamza was speaking on, well, I'll be on YouTube, of course, but it's like, you got to be careful having one entity that's like in control of your whole business. Because like Sneeko just got kicked off. Andrew Tate's obviously a bit above that. I reckon Sneeko is going to become irrelevant, bro. Oh, I feel so bad for him. Poor Sneeko. Yeah, I feel like I'm a direct speaker. Although I'm working on communicating better, I talk direct, however, I think too much on what I'm saying. Well, the thing is, you don't need to think too much on what you're saying. Hello, fuck, I wish you would name your account, not DJ Pals 101, because I'm pretty sure it's Dylan, isn't it? Yeah, it is Dylan. Yes. How's it going, everybody? Yeah, so Key, there's no need for contemplation of what you're saying if you've premeditated what you're going to say. And this is something that, like, is so much easier than people think. It's going good, Dylan. Yeah, we're all doing good. I'm just here. Are you familiar with Hamza, Dylan? We're watching some mad hour-long video of Hamza, and it's just give me a bit of motivation to. Can't change my account name, can I? Yeah, of course you can. Have you really looked into it? Is the real question. Oh, I'm going purple again. Ready? Purple. It's so stupid. Why does it do that? Love Hamza. He's really good. He is he's really good. Yeah. How are you anyway, Dylan? What's going on? So I want to speak about, if you guys would remain, you don't have to, but I'm going to speak about the future going forward on my channel. I haven't premeditated this particularly, but it's not just about my channel. So what you're going to see, I'm going to be ruling out the not edited videos. Tell you what, I may make, like, I do have a second channel, but I might like proper double down on the second channel and put. I don't know if you guys are aware particularly of my second channel, because like it gets zero activity when I did used to post on there a bit, and then eventually the reason why my channel's so saturated now is because I migrated my second channel to my first because I thought they were good enough. But now's the process, especially over the next few months, you're going to see a drastic change in the way I do things. And that is going to be much more direct videos that take inspiration, yeah, from Hamza. Why is my phone fucking... What is going on with this brightness? I'm dandy, mate. How are you? Yeah, I'm really good, bro. I'm doing really good. Just woke up this morning and fucking eating fruit, getting out in the sun, feeling good. You know, the general crack. My video is going to become a lot more compact, a lot more direct, with premeditated. It's going to be levels above anything you've seen over the next few months. And I'm going to be refining what my actual business model is, I guess. And well, that's more of just. It's just constant refining, and then again, what Hamza was just teaching a second ago is look, you see how that's actually weird. Oh, I understand now. So the brightness is like a mirror. So when it goes dark, yeah, when it goes dark, have I lost it? Look, now I'm in the dark, yeah, am I? Yeah, look how dark it is, you can't see me. But if I do this, it mirrors the brightness, and then it saves it. Yeah, so I'm just going to be refining what I'm doing, and it's going to be a lot more solid, and you're going to see crazy quality videos coming your way. I've got a few like shit old videos that I need to get out of the way, but my main thing here is just to bring massive value, especially, well, to those, you know the crack. If you know actualize.org and Hamza, did some guy actually come up to you in that field and ask you what you were doing? Yeah, someone commented and said, I wish I could find it, but it won't let me go. Yeah, someone did do that. See, I work in the local shop, and he's a customer, so I know the locals. So I did know him vaguely. I don't really know him, but he did. He was walking his dog. He walked past me and said, "What the fuck are you doing?" And I said, and then eventually I just broke out. I said, "Well, the way I see it, mate, I said everything's fucking poison. I'm out here just getting some sun." Everyone tries to remind me that it's cold outside, as if I'm not. They're like, "Oh, it's cold, you know. Why are you wearing shorts?" I don't know. It was, yeah. I'm the exact same. I got a few videos scheduled, but from now on, I'm taking this shit seriously deep. Nothing other than real info that needs to be shared. That's right, man. That's exactly right. So that's it. I think that's ultimately there's not much you guys in particular, you know my vision, so I don't need to tell you. I just ate loads of corn fucking mince and like pasta, and now I feel fucked. I can't even talk properly. I need to get away from this food, man. I can't afford it right now. I know, pasta, I know, right? What am I doing eating pasta? Makes me heavy and tired? Yeah, literally, that's what I was like. I was so good. This is what happened yesterday as well. It's only since I started looking into fucking fasting that I become so much more conscious of what food does to your energy. I feel so much better without food most of the time, which is very strange. Yeah, it's making it difficult for me to even like. Why am I just in the dark staring at this fucking light, blinding myself? Turn this on. Oh yes, that's much better. What's the chat saying? Had oats, banana, kiwi, steak today. That's it. No carbs except the banana. If you want to class that, feel great. Yeah, there's no. People overeat, and yeah, I recommend for everyone to look into. I don't know if you've ever really looked into fasting, Key or Dylan, but it's not even particularly fasting. It's just taking a break from food actually has inherent value. People just eat whenever they feel like eating, even if they're not particularly hungry, right? But if you like consciously just like eat like maybe loads of fruit for a few days before you do it, and then like have like a day break and just eat some like good fruits, veg, greens, no like heavy shit, or so like you can fast with just fruit and veg and greens. You don't have to go full blast fasting, but you notice that your body actually, you feel incredibly light. Your energy levels are very strange. Obviously hunger comes and goes, but it feels like your body's cleaning because it hasn't having to deal with loads of shit. Used to do it once per week, just water, felt shit during it, but next day felt cleansed. Back in my yoga days. I need to get on the yoga a lot more. So that's it. The vision is just going to get a lot more serious, and it's basically what Hamza was just saying in this video is like you need to realize your life purpose. That's what Leo Gura speaks about. The life purpose is basically the fuel and what orientates you to where you're going. And then when you become conscious of your life purpose, you then have a direction, and then you need to like orientate 90% of your thoughts towards working on this vision. So if you want to be a YouTuber or whatever, you need to just like consistently keep ticking at this thing, working on it. Work on it. If you want to be a YouTuber, start uploading videos, take a step back, assess the content, and then return. I feel like I'm parroting a lot of Hamza, but I mean, I am. I just watched the video, but I mean, it was a very good video. I can't remember. Well, not shit, but low energy. Then the day after felt awesome. Tunnel vision, make it happen, my bro. You can do literally hang on, back in a sec. Okay, Dylan, no obligation. If you guys want to leave, just let me know and be off. Right, so that's it. So we need to figure out how the fuck to get I feel like it requires a lot more contemplation, and what I'm going to be doing a lot more is just having a lot more silent days, a lot more. And so what's been happening to me to an extent is social media is just the fucking descent of the fucking ghost, or I don't know. What was I'm trying to find the term. It's like basically you don't even realize how sucked into social media you are the vast majority of the time. Like today, like you think you're being like I watch social media while I'm eating, and then like maybe you go and try and dabble in a few sort of productive things, but then before you know it, you reflect on the past 4 hours and you're like, nothing's really happened. I haven't really been particularly conscious, and that's because when you're watching, there's no time for your thoughts to intervene. And this is what I used to do when I was depressed and I was running away from life. Is I just fill my brain with as much like distraction as I can, because I did not want to face the present moment. I can't believe that shit, man. I was reflecting on my depression and stuff. That shit was really bad. It's confusing to me now. But what I speak on, there's normally two states if you're familiar with depression. Is you're either open, which is me now. I'm breathing. I'm conscious. I know how to regulate my emotions, and I'm open-minded to the world and taking in new information and change and growth. And then the other state is closed, and that is where you're just running away from presence and everything. You just, like, you don't kill yourself, but you're trying to just get away from presence and taking responsibility and being. Silence is alive. It will teach you all you need to know. Yeah, so this is something that happens on psychedelics very frequently, is you seem to plug into like some mad field of knowledge. And me personally, I think you need to take YouTube, fuck off with your guidelines. This is my friend. He knows the crack. Personally, I think you need to take more psychedelics. Maybe not, but you know, like, balls to the wall with psychedelics, yeah, it's some of the most powerful shit. So, I can't even speak on it, it's so stupid. But they literally, bro, if you think that you know what you're going on about now, wait until you take like a really big trip, yeah, and then you'll reflect on like a week, like what you, basically you're down a path, yeah, and you think this is the path that you need to be going down, until you trip, and then you're like, whoa, how was I so stupid? I'm not saying that you need to, but I feel like I'm assessing your situation and your contemplations, and that I feel like psychedelics are the fuel for radical transformation and a radical reassessing of everything. Jacob says, how can I be consciously self-destructive? I'm not sure what you mean, bro. Like, self-sabotage, like self-destructive? Yeah, I was self-destructive for ages in my depression phase, and I was very aware that I was doing it, but I just, like, it came with awakening. It was after awakening I realised that now I'm fucked, because now I actually have to take full responsibility. It was when I was abusing psychedelics and listening to actualize.org every day. Eventually a darkness crept in, and if you look in the comments of actualize.org and the way that they look at this whole forum, everyone says the same thing. It's like Actualizer's teachings actually ruin loads of people's lives, and the reason they do that is because they're way too big, way too reality shattering, and like you then basically have to take responsibility for everything, and people like shut down, and that's what happened to me. I shut the fuck down, and that's when I said there's two states: you're either open or you're closed. I closed off after my profound awakenings, because it's like I realized the scale and everything, and then I was like, like my ego kind of like had a fucking panic attack. So alright, Key says, I mean, they're nearly ready. If you know, you know. I took 750 UG of LSD, lol. Mushrooms, however, I haven't went deep. Yeah, well, I mean, mushrooms actually, I find, you say you enjoy LSD more, I remember. If you don't think that you've went deep on mushrooms, and this is something I think Leo Gura misses out a lot. Mushrooms take you by the hand, and they want to show you, they want to teach you, and it's like a mystical story. Even if you're just laying in bed in the darkness, they can. There's a whole variety, but I trust these substances so much, and I don't believe that. For example, there's this YouTuber called CG Kid. He made a video called Why I No Longer Take Psychedelics, and he said that the reason he stopped taking psychedelics is because for absolutely no reason at all, frequently he would take a psychedelic and they would just kick the fuck out of his ego, and it would be a horrible experience, and said it was not logical. I disagree. Mushrooms, I put my trust into them 1,000,000%. Anything the mushroom shows me, I learn from, I grow. This guy stopped taking psychedelics, right? And this goes back into the actualize.org thing I was thinking about. So the psychedelics are way too much for this guy, right? But then after he made that video 2 years later, he like disappeared for ages, and then he came back the other day and said that he relapsed on like heroin and crack and shit, which is all his channel's about. And what this basically kind of proves in my eyes is like the psychedelics, like you couldn't handle what the psychedelics showed you, whatever, so you stopped taking them, right? But then you relapsed because you couldn't deal with the shit that it was showing you. And it's the same with actualize.org. It's like people want to turn it away, but they know like someone made a video hating on actualize.org. It's like a 40-minute video. It's quite interesting, But I've done a lot of research into the nature of actualize because I think it's one of the most amazing thing, like one of the most weird concepts and such an interesting catalogue of things. But I liked hearing people's perspectives on the whole field. And a lot of people like hate on this guy, like I say, because they say that they ruin their lives. But what I think happens to people is they retreat into defense because they have no choice but to retreat into defense, because if they don't, then they have to take full responsibility. All right. To be honest, I've changed my mind on that. Can't say I enjoy LSD more if I haven't took a big dose of mushrooms. That's unfair, bro. Key, if you haven't taken a big dose of mushrooms, oh boy. Ooh. Uh-oh. This is what I feel like you're missing. You get it, Key, but I feel like you could benefit, like, and especially with your financial situation. I don't know what you're doing, bro. My goal, yeah, I was having visions earlier. I woke up this morning, I went out, I was in silence. I was thinking about this amazing. I'm gonna make like some mad skit, like movie, like a short film called Mass Psychosis or Insanity. It would be cool. I won't go into it just now, but it'll be like a film on how everyone views their life, or how everyone lives their life, and then how people view me, or not just me, but the awakened individuals. They hate on them and they project their shit onto them. Meanwhile, how do they live? And it would be, I thought about this way of making like a skit in a movie that would be pretty easy to an extent. And if I'd done that, it would just drill the point home, man. Alright, what are we saying? 1 tab versus 2 Gs of mushrooms. I enjoyed the feeling of LSD more, but enjoyed mushrooms more for realizing things more in self-improvement in general. Wow, the poor guys are here, followed you from Snap. It's ridiculous, isn't it? Who the fuck, yeah? You see how I just ignored them? Imagine me on the stream now, yeah, and I see, oh, who's PAS36.fun? Free vert girls chat? Free chat? Or even if it said, sometimes they come up and just go, oh, like, you know, nudes, I want to talk to you now. Imagine I was, oh, I gotta go, guys. I just got, who's this in my DMs? It's ridiculous, man, who these people prey on. It's like a whole population of bots, and I don't, no one, surely they don't work. I don't understand who the fuck would ever read that and go, you don't know what I mean? 2 grams highest dose I've done. Ooh, mate. 5 grams in silent darkness is what you need. Mushrooms enlightened me, and I, like, look, I'm literally not allowed to speak on any recent mushroom shit that hasn't happened, because my family is like, my family want me to be safe, and they're like, oh, they're worrying about me. Oh, I can't go into it. It's fucking mad. I can't even speak about it right now, or on here at all, but I don't know. Okay, what have we got? LSD went high, but I feel mushrooms are far more deep emotionally, so definitely, bro, mushrooms for me, they used to, even, I was listening to the, I don't know how much, like, shit you guys listen to, by the way, but I pursue, like, so much, like, well, content. I don't read an awful lot. Stop lying, okay. Tell me how I'm lying, mate, and we'll get into it. I pursue, like, I've listened to fucking hundreds of hours, maybe not literally, but of Terence McKenna, loads of Alan Watts, fucking so much Hamza. I know he's not the same, but I'll listen to a lot of Eckhart Tolle. I don't read a lot because it's like an active investment of time, but, and then actualize.org, yeah, you guys, I've literally watched, like, not all of his videos, but, like, if you scroll down the shit, they've all got that red line under it. Watched, like, the vast majority of them. The only ones I haven't watched are, like, buried. I used to listen to Actualize on 2 times speed for, like, nearly a year at my job, just with the headphones in, all day, 8 hours a day, next one, and that's after I started doing that and abusing psychedelics at the same time. That's when I shut down into depression, because the people say he just ruins their life. Alright, what we got? Do you think Using weed as a crutch is bad. I mean, smoking every day like Terrence, but what's your opinion on the daily smoker? Jacob, the daily smoker is... I don't believe that, if you are dependent on weed, it's a lack of consciousness. I found, if you're familiar with the, like, dopamine detox sort of shit, that works in a sober mind, but I'll tell you what the ultimate dopamine detox is a massive trip of of magic mushrooms. If you become, but only if you do it properly. If you do breath work and you've got good energy levels and your diet's been clean and you take a good dose of mushrooms, but you've worked through it, and this is why I'm so excited in the future potentially for psilocybin mushrooms, is when you get past all your like shit, and this is what Terence McKenna says, people don't pursue long enough. It's like they literally evolve. The more you take them, they're not the same. I used to take them when I was 16, nothing the same. I stopped smoking weed, I used to take them, nothing. But what I'm saying, Jacob, about your question is, it's all a matter of consciousness. If you can, when I was depressed, I needed weed, right? If I didn't have it, I was like, oh, I want weed. But you're creating that desire in the first place. So it all comes from a lack of taking responsibility and awareness in the present moment. And if you are highly conscious enough, and this is what I was speaking about, the dopamine detox is psilocybin and mushrooms, it's because you can do a sober dopamine detox over like 2 weeks, yeah, or you can become so conscious within an hour or so through breath work that there's just no such thing. And it just shatters the whole thing. This is rubbish, you're just a drugged up loser. Okay, Uncle Barry, well, I hope you could continue fucking hating your life. How much do you hate yourself, Uncle Barry? Tell me, how much trauma do you have stored in your body that you just project onto everybody? Like, why are you projecting this shit? I'm just a drugged up loser. Why the fuck are you on here then, Uncle Barry? Go and do your own shit, or what are you gonna do? Go create your own stuff, or you're just gonna sit there hating on me because you hate yourself. What dose do you think then? Key Parks, I recommend you look into, if you like, I'll send you a few links. You haven't got to listen, of course. I say that with everything I ever send anybody, you haven't got to. But Terence McKenna breaks it down amazingly. I think, I've listened to loads of Terence McKenna on mushrooms as well, and that shit is fucking next level. He's like, and something that I'm trying to get to, yeah, Psych Substance said that he is trying to incorporate the psychedelic state of being with his sobriety. He's sort of trying to do it half-ass, right? I'm literally full blast, mate. And something that's very profound is, once upon a time, I got into states, yeah, where it's like the trip never actually ends. You can have a profound trip that you kind of never leave. Like, you sense that you're in it because you awaken so deeply. And this is say psychosis, like it does end, like you're not hallucinating, but it's like if you cultivate such a deep understanding and being, and you really, really learn the mushroom over many, many years, it merges with your actual reality. And this is why once upon a time I was on a 5-gram mushroom trip, and I was like, I'm fucking sober, because you'll hear a phenomena of, there was this one guy who took loads of LSD and he was so conscious that it didn't do anything. A lot of people think this is bollocks. Connor Murphy actually proved something of the same nature, is that Connor Murphy became like permanently enlightened, somewhat, supposedly, where he took a mega dose of ayahuasca. You can find it on his channel. I took a mega dose of ayahuasca, where he proves that he takes loads of ayahuasca and it didn't really do fuck all, because it depends on your state of consciousness. And this is what I was speaking, Jacob, with your weed dependency, is that, yeah, you can be dependent on it, and yeah, I understand weed is a navigation tool for a lot of people. Like, my confidence blows me away when I smoke a zoot. I'm like, was I really fucking doing that shit when I was sober? Even now, I'm sober. I've been sober for a while in terms of weed, but it depends how conscious you are. There's no such thing as a drug. It's just the state of consciousness, and this is just breaks through all of the taboo. Hello, Dan. Breaks through all of the taboo, like, notion of, oh, you take a drug and then you go insane. Yeah, but this idea that you take a drug and then lose the plot is like still in the dualistic paradigm. This written into everyone's shit. And for those who aren't aware, the dualistic paradigm is going, that's a sofa, this is me, that's the TV, that's Key, that's Dan, and this is me, Baron. But when you get into this state of consciousness and it all becomes one, the hippie notion is that all of the distinctions that the mind makes to try and understand the world dissolve into one happening. And when this happens, the idea that you've taken a drug or anything, it doesn't matter because you're accessing it directly right now. It's a bit mad. But good luck trying to understand that conceptually. I was having a long conversation with some guy. I was trying to explain him. I sent him a video by Actualized how looking at your hand is the closest you will ever get to spirituality, and it was a video about distinguishing conceptual from actuality. So actuality and then the picture of actuality, and he didn't get it, and I was having a 4-hour conversation with this guy because first of all I was just trying to tell him that everything was poison, and I was like, oh. But eventually we came to the conclusion that he is actually so trapped in the thinking mind that he could not actually distinguish actuality from thought, and that sounds so mad to me. Alright, okay, I'll get to the comments, sorry. But couldn't that be him taking it every 3 hours? If you took 5G streams today, then tomorrow's would feel like one. Yeah, so well, the fact that I was in a full-blown trip, yeah, once upon a time, Key, and I was like, you know when you feel sober, if you've had a drink, if you've had a zoot, or if you're on psilocybin or anything, you know when you're feeling sober. But the consciousness became so, this was like what I would call the Buddha trip, and it was really so peaceful. And I saw how thoughts are just an arising sensation and they fall, same with emotions, and you kind of break out as this awareness that's behind all of this stuff. And then when that happened, it's like I was sober even though I was on psilocybin. And I know that sounds crazy, but that's like, it depends on how conscious you can become. And I'm pretty sure at this point, and I used to laugh and say, that's bollocks, you can't take LSD and be such a Buddha, so conscious that it doesn't do anything to you. But I became aware in this experience, I believe, that the consciousness can break through, ultimately, of that you become so aware, so being, that there's no idea that you're not sober. I know it sounds a bit mad, but anyway, tolerance builds fast. Yeah, but tolerance builds fast, yeah, but you're also hallucinating full blast, and I know what you mean, because I said to you recently, I can't get into it. Jacob says, I heard stories of Ram Dass Guru taking like 10 tabs and it doing nothing. Tolerance builds fast, says Key. Jacob says, I've heard that story as well, Jacob. Yeah, so that's what I'm speaking of. I thought it was bollocks, just like you guys. And I know that tolerance is a thing. However, I'm pretty certain at this point that it's really, and goes to the weed addiction, that the state of awareness determines everything. Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, it's not that, but I know you're not saying it's bollocks, but it's that obviously if you take a heavy dose of LSD or psilocybin, most people are right to assume that will do something. And the idea that you can be so conscious that you can just break past that sounds absolutely ridiculous. So you are still under the influence, right? So you still take the psilocybin, right? And it's still physically changing the chemistry in your brain. So you are still on the drug. So the idea that it's done nothing is not true, but it's that you're so conscious and you're so aware of your vehicle and your mind and every dimension of everything that it doesn't really change anything because you're still just so being. It's hard to explain. Oh, I was talking about Conor Murphy saying that He was taking it every 3 hours, of course. He's not going to feel it the same as if he took 3 weeks off. Yeah, I understand. Yeah, you are right. But you see, normally if you take psilocybin, it will do something because you're not that conscious. But what happened is I became so conscious within the psilocybin trip that the trip kind of just ended. Because it didn't, but it's like you become so conscious, and what we all operate in a very low state of consciousness every day. We're thinking and it's kind of weird actually to think about that, how unconscious we are, because we know that there's higher states of consciousness, especially in psychedelic states. So when you think about it, are we just NPCs most of the day? Because when you really think about how aware are you throughout the day, it's almost as if the day didn't happen all day. It's like I reflect on the day and I'm like, what have I even been doing? You just go about like getting food, doing this, doing that, going on YouTube or whatever, obviously. But it's like you don't actually, and this is the core practice of meditation, is just become awareness of awareness, and that's what Terence McKenna teaches on how to take mushrooms. I'm gonna take 20 grams. Maybe I'll book a one-way flight to India and bathe in the river. River Ganga? Oi, Key, I know 20 grams sounds insane, yeah? I'll tell you, one of the most invaluable experiences to me in my life was the Terra trip. And I actually had 2 Terra trips. So, if you're familiar with the main video on my channel, which is like the 7-gram super extreme bad trip gone wrong, a lot of people don't have these experiences. Leo Gura's never had an experience like this. Terence McKenna's never really had an experience of this insanity, this shattering. So I'm very grateful for how ignorant I was when I went into this experience now, and I feel like I should make an update video on this actually. I'm so grateful for this experience because, and the reason, this is why I almost somewhat advocate that you do take 20 Gs of psilocybin, but a lot of people go, oh, well, you want to work your way up slowly so you don't completely shatter your mind. Well, I'm actually grateful that I shattered my mind, because what happened, if those are unfamiliar, for 2 trips, I went into a super fucking spiral terror trip, literally existential. Alan Watts says it like this, is if you zoom out of life, yeah, what you have is images of bodies walking around, moving about the day, doing things, and then when you look at reality from this kind of big picture perspective, Alan Watts says that you have to be careful because you can interpret this as horrific. It's like a tormenting game that just plays itself out for the sake of itself. And this is what happened to me. It's like you look at the whole picture and you go, oh, please no, why am I cursed with consciousness? Alan Watts, it's a 5-minute video by Alan Watts that says what to do on a bad LSD trip. It's a profound video. But anyway, I'm very grateful for the experience because I feel like that gave, if I didn't have a absolute reality shattering experience, I was not ready for that. Like I said, I was 17, I only had 2 3.5 trips and they were beautiful, amazing. And then I took 7 grams and I literally, and then the day after, or like a few weeks after, sorry, I took 5 grams and the same thing happened. Complete terror, did not understand. And that was necessary to build some like PTSD in me that's now made me very serious about what I do on this channel. As you can tell, I'm very serious, I'm very deep about the stuff I speak about. That's because I had my whole paradigm completely shattered. So when you want to take 20 Gs, I'm not scared, mate. I'll take 40 fucking grams, I'll take 80 grams. These days it won't do nothing. But ignorance is actually valuable because it provides the house of cards necessary to blow a hole in your psychology that then in the next year or so you rebuild a new foundation. Because the reason it blows a hole in you, because everything I thought I knew no longer made sense. Yeah, I don't give a fuck, mate. I actually will one day, trust me. Yeah, it definitely would. But I actually will. I've seen trip reports of people try. I will do an in-depth fucking like live report of like taking the largest dose possible, uh, just for the sake of it. But not now, obviously I can't. I've never had a terror trip myself, says Key. Literally only had one. Only had good experiences, except like 20 minutes within one with the screaming situation. Yeah, we know about that. Jacob says, in my personal opinion, you don't need to push it past 10 grams for a terror trip. You want to be able to bring it back somewhat. Yeah, you are right, Jacob. You are right. This is what Terence McKenna says. He says that 8 grams is too much for Terence, I remember him saying, because it's so far out there that you can't bring any valuable ideas back to the community, and that's what a lot of people speak on as we become psychedelic explorers, not to work through our own psychological stuff, but actually find ideas and like hunt for ideas in this mindscape and then actually bring them back. Which is what Terence done with so many things, like the visual language idea with the DMT. So many. I won't go into Terence, I can't even hash him off the top of my mind, but I know he's brought back amazing ideas, and they all originate from psychedelics. And that's what my dad said once upon a time. It was something along the lines of, well, could you speak to the trees before you took the mushrooms? And obviously in the Western paradigm that just makes you sound crazy. It's like, well, no, I couldn't. But the fact that I could while I was in there. Alright. I'm not taking 20 really, lol, that's ridiculous. I would consider 10 though, but I do 5 first. You had a terror trip and then continued to use them. That shows a lot about you. Respect. Yeah, I was literally taking them literally, like I had a terror trip, 2 weeks later I was back on it. And then I kept taking them because what I'd done is I bought an ounce. And I thought, for some reason, I didn't research, I thought they were going to go off. So I persevered with taking them. One, because I knew they were sacred. My philosophy, kind of, somewhat, is like the more psychedelic, the better. And this really shows a lot about what I can actually speak about if I just... Well, yeah, I knew that they were sacred, so I just kept on fucking taking them. More psychedelics, the better in terms of, like... I mean, I almost can't escape that paradigm. Mushrooms, to me... I don't know about psychedelics in general, but mushrooms, to me, they literally... Especially if you look at the brain scans, it's like... They're just fuel for superhuman levels of consciousness. And I can't really... What I was going to say earlier, I didn't end up saying, is that my vision for the future, when I was walking out on the field this morning, I was having many insights, is that when I become wealthy, and this is why I was saying, Key, I don't know what you're doing with your money situation, but this is what I'd be on if I was financially stable. I want to be on heavy doses of psychedelics every day. Right now I ain't going to do it, because I'm going to burden my family with me losing the plot while I have no money. But when I get on top of my game, which I will, obviously maybe I'll have breaks, but to me, what I've become directly conscious of is that I don't know if there's really anything, I can't say nothing bad about it. Maybe not literally every day, but you know what I mean? Maybe a lot of people don't get that, but then again, remember, I've had like 70 experiences of these points. I haven't actually counted, but it's something like that. I gotta be careful with this number, because it keeps going up. I think we're gonna have to set it in stone for 70 until I need to explore the LSD realm. Oh my god, yes please. See, Terence McKenna never advocates it, he just says it's funny ideas. But obviously I've had one experience on LSD that blew everything out of the water. I did combine LSD with magic mushrooms, which... that was quite interesting, to be honest. But LSD in itself, yeah, it was just so electronic, and I was out... I mean, it was a walk in nature with, like, amazing music, and it was just... the most amazing bringing together of like transcendent visuals that just shot me off into next realms. Oh yeah, what I was going to speak about is like, I try to speak about personal development and all this stuff, but clearly I'm gifted with the psychedelic speaking. So maybe this is just... maybe this has really got to be my core thing. And like I say, I'm really gifted in the spiritual, the deep psychosis spiritual psychedelic realm, so maybe I'll just got to double down because that's where my teachings have value. And I don't even talk about that super loads on my channel, which is absurd because, as you can tell right here, I'm just fucking, and I've got fucking so much experience that, I mean, why would I speak about anything else? All right. Sorry, I didn't mean to skip over your comments. Baron right when he says the terror is valuable. Yeah, that's valuable for you to. Otherwise, I've never been scared shitless like that in my entire life. Oh my god. We won't get into it. How much you pay for the ounce? It was like 300 fucking pound, bro. 300 quid. How to use a terror trip to learn. What can a terror trip teach you / what has it taught you? So the terror trip, for me, I actually cut this out of the video because I thought it was getting too long, but I did record these parts of what did I learn. So I learned compassion at the core of everything because it showed me the mind escape. As soon as I came down, like, I understood that I don't really understand what's going on in anybody else's mind. Obviously, if there is other minds. I hate solipsism, it's actually scary. But, right, so, I feel, oh fuck's sake, it just ruined the stream. You think about solipsism as like, oh, am I even talking to anyone? Oh well, I'll just play the illusion. If it is the case, I don't know. So yeah, I have a compassion for other people because you don't know what they're dealing with, because no one could comprehend what the fuck just happened to me in that experience, or those couple experiences. But they also, I feel like they reset me in a way of like, they blow your hole in your psychology so deep, they literally just cut your fucking head off to the extent that you now have to build up a brand new understanding of everything, because mushrooms will not do that to you if you understand reality. If you don't understand reality and you take a heavy psychedelic, that's when it will fuck with you. And I still have bad trips, but I've learned to have a mindful trip. And this is the thing, all of Terence McKenna's bad trips, all of Leo Gura's bad trips, they're not really bad trips because they are conscious of reality. They're highly conscious and they know the crack. I feel like I'm gonna die in a minute if I need to fucking spit this mucus that this corn mince has produced. Sorry. What was I saying? So they're not really bad trips because I've had bad trips recently, somewhat. That they're experientially, I feel not good at all. My mind is dealing with really tough things, but they're not bad in the sense where you literally just blow the fuck up and you want to kill yourself. That doesn't happen to like Leo Gura and that, really. Because they're conscious before they go into the experience, and that's a very deep lesson. Remember this, the more conscious and you are where you are of your body and the matrix and your surroundings, the more conscious you are before the experience, the better it will go. I paid 43 quid for 30 grams. Bro, you need to hook me up. Sorry, I'll go to the top now. Oh, hi, Sam. How are you doing? Alright, hold on. Baron, you need to explore the LSD realm. Yeah, I already read that. I'd rather take once a month, even if that often. Every day is too much, I know, but you do you, bro. Yeah, well, we'll see, bro, because for me, psychedelics are the fuel. And I become a superhuman when I'm on psychedelics. It's not just in my mind either, it's like... But who else has done that? Who else has done that? Tell me. Who else has cleaned their diet to the point where there's 0 toxins, and then who else eats 7 grams of psilocybin mushrooms every day, and then like maybe smokes the top shelf cannabis. Like, what do you think could happen? To me, I mean, I don't know. I'm up for it in a way. Obviously, not right now. I don't mean to concern my family, but oh my god. Right, let me read these comments. I totally get wanting a constant drip of psychedelics. The state of mind is just so good. It's not even good as in pleasure. It's just I'm so turned on where nothing can fuck with me. Like if I was at work on psychedelics, I'll be there and I'll be like, I know reality. And that's what it's like. You get lost when you're sober. And I'll tell you, I was laughing. We see where sobriety gets us. If you look at the House of Parliament, like Rishi, Sunak and them dickheads all in the Parliament just chatting shit. That is where sobriety gets you. Complete delusion. That whole place does not... What are they fucking on about, bro? Sobriety allows constructs of delusion. And that's where you get phenomena that look like the House of Parliament. It doesn't exist. There's no need. They're completely asleep. Psychedelics will shatter everything you thought you knew because the mind takes over. Most man get absolutely identified with their thoughts and they cannot escape that. Key says, I agree mate, but the biggest value is bringing the lessons / realizings back to sober reality. Consistently tripping, I just don't know. Yeah, I understand how people feel like that, but I guess we'll see how it plays out. Eventually. Ounce of weed? What question is that, bro? No, it was an ounce of psychedelics, of psilocybin mushrooms. I think my terror trips have been so mind-bending and profound, says Jacob, that they leveled profound that have leveled my expectations of reality. Yeah. What reality is capable of gets blown out of the water if you take a massive dose and have some terror trip mad shit. That in itself gives me so much freedom and expansiveness. Yes, Jacob, that was a very good comment. That's right. If you have a terror trip or you take a crazy dose that you're not ready for, it will prove to you directly that what is possible in reality is far greater than what your previous paradigm suggested. Bro, I feel bare acidic now. Microdosing psilocybin mushrooms, I will never stop it, because it helps improve my vision and turns my eyeballs telescopic. And we're all telepathic. I'm speaking deep, of course. Our human brain is more than capable of reading thoughts. Have you seen Actualized Social Matrix video? I just watched it recently as a good listen. Oh yeah, I listened to it about a year ago, I think. I'll have another listen. Yeah, it's basically the House of Cards. The Social Matrix is the House of Cards that everyone... I'm gonna look back into that one actually. It's basically, it's like lies upon lies. Like they teach in school, like the doctor actually, like here's a good example. I was speaking to someone the other day who was a victim of I have a chemical imbalance. I was saying there's never been any evidence of any physical chemical imbalance ever for depression. And I was saying that the doctors basically tell you what they've been educated with. So like no one actually diagnoses you from the bottom up, from the root, and this is what shamans do in these other cultures. So that's why the West is fucked, and the social matrix is everyone relies on what they've been told. Basically all the facts in society is hearsay. So there's like a net of we have like a massive society of humans, and then like in a metaphysical sense there's like this net of knowledge that like floats amongst these people, and none of it's been directly verified. It's all just like mostly hearsay, and because everyone says it, basically you go, okay. So it's basically like, who told the teachers what to teach, and then what is the teacher's upbringing? And it's basically like, it's the same way of how there's like a synthetic poison that flows through the ecosystem that's hard to get out of in the West. It's the same with the knowledge. And it goes hand in hand with the heavy identification of the mind, I think. But it's like everyone just hearsays, and because of authority bias, which is, oh, he's got doctor in front of his name. You know how when COVID's going on, we're all going, oh, we'll just leave it up to the scientists. They know what they're going on about. We rely on this authority bias, but when you go to the authority, when you go to the doctor or the scientist, he's also relying on the authority bias, and no one actually takes it back to it. So it's basically a fat illusion. So all status quo is like an evolutionary net that's just fucking being fabricated through hearsay. I think you only want to kill yourself on a trip if you have actually mental issues, schizophrenia maybe. Well, I've wanted to kill myself on trips, but only, yeah, I've had mental issues all my life. Like I've been very depressed, even of recently. Now I've opened up, which I'm very excited for, especially with my content, yeah, because I realised my whole YouTube, my entire YouTube existence, yeah, until a month or so ago, I was depressed for the most part. Now I'm not. Now I'm going to be getting to action. So that's where I'm going to be bringing much more positive value. Alright, I'll hurry and get through the content. What do you mean being conscious of the What do you mean by being conscious of the Matrix? What do you mean, like when you're going into a trip? Being conscious of the Matrix is this. This is the Matrix. It's the dualed multiplicity that is, well, the Matrix is the body, the outside, the thoughts, the emotions. The Matrix is the everything, right? Everything. Reality is the Matrix. So the more conscious you are, basically, if you get deep into meditation, you can see how you are a matrix of arising thoughts and arising emotions, arising concepts, but none of these actually need to be arisen in the first place. So what you'll find is there's an awareness behind the matrix, and when you become so conscious of the shifting impermanence of the matrix, you become the watcher so heavily. And this is the key to meditation, this is the key to psychedelics, is to become the observer of the observer, become the awareness of the awareness. And that's it. If you become aware of the aware of the aware, and that's what meditation is ultimately, is all these ideas about meditation is all bollocks. You just literally need to become aware. So when you start thinking, go, oh, I'm thinking, okay. Watch it. Watch. Just watch. And then that is how you become aware of the matrix. Bro, you ate a pie, and you ate a pie, didn't you, today? That was yesterday. Unstoppable. That mindset is untouched, not in an ego way, but unstoppable with getting your message out and being on your purpose. I wish I got to that comment, because I'm not familiar with what the mindset is exactly right now, because I think it's been a minute. Sam says, for myself, I find trips more impactful when you spread them out. If I do them too close together, it becomes a bit of a dud trip. Yeah, so Terence McKenna says, if you abuse psychedelics, you become convinced of all sorts of dogmas and ideologies. I know what you mean. You do need to space them out, because it's dangerous to take them too much, because you need to have a breather and take a step back, because if you keep on taking them, your life does turn upside down. And that's when I got super depressed and shit after some mad spout of psychedelic abuse, because my life turned upside down ultimately, because I deconstructed everything I thought I knew. But it is necessary to take a step back and have a breather, definitely. Psychedelics, no. The more psychedelics, the better. I'm 19, Sam. Hold on. Yeah, I'm the same as Sam or G Block. I think for weeks sometimes. Months after a trip. Yeah. I feel like I'm like mastered psychedelics at this point, which is the only reason I can say that. If I was maybe in your guys' paradigm, I don't mean to say that you haven't, but psilocybin in particular, I know psilocybin with my heart and soul. So I feel like there's no possibility for me sinking under into some like irrational bad trip. But I know what you mean. It is good to have a break. It is good to have a sober breather, so that you don't sink too far into delusion. My mother is unconscious, and she puts her authority in the news. It's terrible. Yeah, everyone has their authority, and it's weird, isn't it? Bear Man are literally asleep, and like they literally choose to be asleep. Well, I choose to be asleep when I'm at work in my wage slave job. Like I said earlier, when you really become aware of awareness, you reflect on the whole day, and you're like, have I even been awake the whole day? Yeah, I'm 19. Dylan says, yeah, I get you. Sam says, yeah, I feel like trips come about naturally. Why did I eat that shit, man? Most people don't realise how fucked they are from the food they ate, and I'm talking to you, Dan. I don't mean to victimise you, but until you have a break and you fast on organic fruit, and then you go back to what you're eating, you realise you've been riding away, and you don't have the contrast to understand how shit your body feels. Yeah, I feel like trips come about naturally. If I feel called to trip, then I will trip. Yeah. It's not. There's not really a delay. It just takes me a minute to get through the comments. Sorry. I'm up to date now. I'm the awareness that hears birds instead of thoughts, but the birds are the light. I'm the awareness that hears birds. Yeah. Well, I mean, I guess the light is just the happening. The other. And you hear the birds and not the thoughts, but you can also hear the thoughts. But it's like when you get entangled, you got the origin of depression and all emotional fuck up kind of is you follow the thought and you go, oh no, this is happening, no it ain't, it's a sad story in the mind. Eckhart Tolle, a powerful teacher. If you want to understand thoughts deeper, Eckhart Tolle is the best teacher for that. He goes very deep. He's got videos and many books. I've got a book actually. And Dan, I left my book at that fucking workplace. Did you ever actually look for it? I'm sorry, I feel like I always hate on you these days. I'm not hating on you. But I left my fucking spiritual enlightenment book at this old job, and then my boss probably hates me, so he just probably burnt it. But this is Eckhart Tolle. This is another book by him, The Oneness of All Life. This book's just full of quotes about non-duality. Maybe I'll read some actually, it'd be nice. Of the awareness of the awareness. Wondering what your upbringing was like. So, yeah, we can get into my so I thought, this goes for many people. Many people think that their upbringing is actually like good, and my upbringing was very good. So my overall, I've had a father throughout my entire life that has done his best, other than like go in and out of prison. But he's done his absolute best to provide. Like he goes to work non-stop, and he brings the money home. Right. Ultimately, there was never really an ultimate like zooming out, and this is what psychedelic, they make you zoom out and go, what the fuck am I even doing? Of like a bigger trajectory. But he went to work. He was the breadwinner, he came home. General wage slave shit, right? I love my dad, he has provided the foundation of everything, and without him, it's my goal now to liberate him from the fucking wage slave matrix that he's been in the whole time, just being the breadwinner for me and my family. So many people think that their upbringing is good, right? My upbringing was good in terms of, like I say, I have everything I need. Everything I need is pot noodle and fucking, like I had decent dinners in the West, right? But obviously it's all poison. But you've got to be grateful when it ultimately comes to so many people in the Gen Z just want more and more, and that's why I'm on here being a victim, going all the food's poison. It's because it's just like you go up like this ladder of like, right, now that we've dealt with just blatant fucking rape, slavery, and pillage, then it goes to, it's like the Maslow's hierarchy of needs. At the top, at the bottom, you have basic survival, and then you have like emotional survival and ego and stuff, and then you have like all like nutrition and like family, and then as it goes, and then at the top of self-actualization, which is what actualize.org's foundation is built on, is becoming your full actualized self. I feel bare acidic. That's weird. It's only, you only notice it when you have a break from the food, bro. I'm literally done with all dairy, and I'm done with fucking all processed bullshit when I get through these few dinners that I've already made. So yeah, my upbringing was good, but so you think that your upbringing is good in terms of, oh, I've had all the physical stuff, you know, but so my upbringing, all the spiritual teachers speak of the same thing. Eckhart Tolle speaks of the same thing. Actualize.org speaks of the same thing. It was a good upbringing, and I'm very grateful for everything. It could have been a fucking whole lot worse, so don't think, but it's a lot of it's, I don't want to get too deep into it, I guess, because I don't want to just like talk about stuff that my family maybe don't want me to talk about. But society, actualize.org says, society is one big abusive family ruled by unconsciousness. My upbringing was basic for the most part. I had my dad would die for me. I don't need him to die for me, I need him to live for me. I want to see everyone around me thriving with health. But yeah, ultimately it was good. I had the foundation, but I had to figure out my machine by myself mostly. No one really awakened, and this is what we're doing now. So me, Eckhart Tolle, Actualize.org, Traumatic, Inspective Edge, all these like awakening people, right? And Key and everyone in the chat. Basically, you probably had somewhat of a toxic upbringing. You maybe went through some deep psychological depression stuff, and then after about 20 years, you really get working on your health, and you get working on unwiring your preconceived notion. And this is why I've tried to take as many psychedelics as I can while I'm young, so that I don't build a false picture of the world to begin with, so it's not challenging to deconstruct it in the first place. So it's best to start when you're young, so you don't fall into the social matrix. But what's happening is that if we can become conscious now, so I may not be the one to change the world, but we are setting the foundation for those that will. So we work on our health when we're 20, right? Because we're busy dealing with the abusive social matrix that is society, the unconscious abusive abusive family that is society. But then when we have children, we already have the knowledge. So this is where the superhuman capabilities come into play, because there are no boundaries. Fuck off with your boundaries. We have to work through our shit slowly and like unwire our 20 years of neuroses and bullshit, right? But then our children won't have to do that, because we won't indoctrinate them with the false system to begin with. My child will be an absolute weirdo, but he will love himself. Alright, what else have we got? I've read The Power of Now, or most of it. It was a decent book. Yeah, I read like the first quarter of it, and then I lost it. Before I go, when you read my comment, I smelt apple, the apple of my eye. When you read my comment, I smelt... What? Jacob says, before I go, when you read my comment, I smelt apple. The apple of my eye. I have no idea what you're on about. My upbringing is what made me who I am. Fuck it. Yeah, you are right, yeah. It's a good point. Everyone around me ultimately, like, you've got to understand about your upbringing, everyone, it comes from a place of love. Whether or not they know the best way to love for you is another thing. But their authentic intention is they want everyone like Charlie Chaplin says, we want to live by each other's happiness, not by each other's misery. That's what we're like. But people don't deal with their own neuroses and shit in order to get to that place. Is at the time, but long term, it makes you stronger. Oh wait. Like even bad upbringings, it's not always a bad thing. Is at the time, but in long term, makes you stronger. Yeah, you're right, bro. Chuck the dinners, bro. Eat some golden teachers for dinner. I'd love to. It's literally my financial situation. Like I've got like 30 fucking pound in the bank, and I don't get paid for just under 4 weeks, and I owe over £1,000. So there's my life. That's what you get for. I was on about self-sabotage and depression for so long, yeah, on my live streams. Oh, self-sabotage. Yeah. Now it's caught up with me, but no, I'm not depressed anymore. Yeah. So now I'm trying my best. But now I'm having to deal with my past self-sabotage. Like, I was self-sabotaging, but it didn't matter because it didn't catch up with me now. And that's the same thing. It's like, you keep eating shit food, you keep smoking weed, you keep smoking tobacco. You think, yeah, wait until it actually catches up with you, bro. And then you're gonna fucking understand. And then you've got it's like a fucking ship going 1,000,000 miles an hour down this way, yeah? And then when you awaken, you've then got to turn the tide, and it's difficult as fuck because you've been busy going 1,000,000 miles an hour. This is why psychedelics are important. Direction is more important than momentum. I'll say that again. Direction is more important than momentum. Society is one big abusive family. I like that one. Yeah, that's basically what happened to me, says G-Block. Began to see my parents for who they really are, but a lot of trauma behind what seemed to be relatively normal. So, the thing about psychedelics is I didn't know I had trauma. This is what I said. I thought my upbringing was good, and it was, ultimately, yeah. But then, like, the psychedelics literally dug up trauma that I didn't know was there. And I've been doing them for years anyway, and then this one trip went bang! And then I realised some mad shit, and people don't actually, they don't know that they have trauma. A lot of people. And then the thing is about your mind, and then people's like lives falling apart through actualize.org is that their mind and their body goes into defense. This is what I was saying on my interview with Spread Truth that got taken down for COVID misinformation, is that your mind and your body doesn't actually let you see and understand traumas and the things that you're not ready to see. And this is why the psychedelics blew me away in that terror trip, and that's why I'm grateful for them. But it's like, you don't actually let you see the trauma yet because you're not ready for it, and it's like your body knows that before you know that, which is very weird. You don't even need psychedelics a lot if you just get away from social media, if you're just in silence. It's like, if you sat in silence for like 10 months, it's basically the equivalent of like a psychedelic trip. I need a wee. 1 second. I'll be 1 second. Sorry, guys. Don't leave me. Oh, he's gone for a wee. I guess I'll just fuck off now. Guess this is a good time for me to just press goodbye. Thank you guys, by the way, for actually fucking sticking around. It's pretty epic. Boss up your TV, boss up your TV, boss up your TV, TV, boss up your TV, boss up your TV, boss up your TV, TV. Am I gonna get taken down now on YouTube because you hear me having a piss? Is that fucking, what's it called? Is that something to be taboo about? Now I need to wash my hands apparently for having a piss, even though I literally didn't even focus. It's not like I pissed into my hands. Wash my hands with fluoride and chlorine. I don't know, say what you want. I literally avoid tap water in the sense of like I don't have a girlfriend or nothing yet, so I just when I'm like inside, obviously I to an extent, but I used to have a shower every morning and every night, Now I don't really take a shower like unless necessary. I don't smell like shit. Yeah, I don't have like, I won't go 2 days without a shower. No way. But I don't like I literally avoid like having, because some people have baths and showers when they want to. I don't. I take them if necessary because there's chlorine and fluoride in the water, and that goes straight into your bloodstream. I avoid that shit like the plague. Alright, what have we got in the comments? Oh my god, I need to read these comments fast. Sorry, guys. Society is one big abusive family. I like that one. Even with the dad situation in particular, not having that love from a father figure can build someone into a warrior. You are definitely right. Your pain can become a vehicle for growth and transcendence. That's why one day I was on my moped, raging off mushrooms, going to see my mate who'd also raging off mushrooms and just achieved enlightenment. So I went, okay, I'm coming down now. So I was driving, and the whole way there I was like, I will use my pain as a vehicle of transcendence. And this is when the depression stopped, because I realized that all this pain, I could just use it as fuel to get angry and to... You guys need to check out my old music. I speak on this shit. And what's amazing about my story is now, is my first music reflected my horrible depression and my negative energy. I was making drill music, I was making music about shanking people up, I was making music about fucking depression and all these horrible thoughts and shit. And then now you see that, and then I was talking about the third eye and enlightenment vaguely, and my album cover was mushrooms, and I had bars about taking mushrooms, but I didn't take them yet. And then when I pursued the spiritual path, it's now my story. If you zoom out, it's like I had this depression album, and now the next shit that's going to be coming, which I will make an album on, and I'm just taking fucking ages, it's going to be all about enlightenment, and it's literally going to be like a story. And I love what I've manifested. All right, let me get to these comments. Sorry. Oh, this seat is so good. This feels so good to see. It's the little things in life. That's what psychedelics make you appreciate, the little things. It definitely does, but would rather of preferring having a decent father figure. Key says, so if you was making money not having to go to a job, you'd legit take psychedelics every day. Mate, if I was financially stable, yeah, and I was in my own... I'll get through the comments quickly, sorry. If I was in my own thing, yeah, if I had unlimited money, here's what I'd do. Well, first of all, I'd sort all my family out. That's what Hamza said on his video I started the stream on, is contemplate what you would do if you won the lottery and you was a billionaire. And then, so, outside of what I do for the world, what I do personally is I would fast, I would clean my shit, organic fruit, all of the shit, gone. Breath work, amazing shit. Like, I'm doing everything I can now, so don't think this is like some vision of what I would do if I wasn't a victim. I'm still doing everything I can do now, like full blast. For the most part. But yeah, if I got into a super financial... Yeah, I would literally be meditating. I would probably take outrageous doses daily. Terence McKenna took 8 grams of mushrooms every day for over a week. And then he came up with glossolalia, which is scones, and it's just getting some mad like fucking talking shit where it just like rolls off your tongue, and psychedelics invoke it, and all these people engage in this like the body like it's really weird. You get into the state. I'm not gonna get into that fucking glossolalia shit. Alright, I'll hurry up and get to the comments. I'm sorry. But then again, maybe a blessing in disguise. What would you actually do if you was in my situation? I'm integrated, getting quite bored of my reality right now, need a switch up, says Key. To be honest, my life would be very different if I had a dad in my life, so I get what you mean, Sam, but I'm sure it would be good for me mentally. I'd have felt more love, of course, but is that good? Not sure. You're right, Key. You need these things to grow you. You can't just have a perfect life. You on the surface, this is actually very deep, and people need to think about this shit. It's like everything that happens bad on the surface, and this is how I interpret pain these days. Like I stood on a wasp the other day, and I was grateful I stood on a wasp, in a way, because it's the same thing. It's like if you don't have these blows, then obviously that's why you get rich people just being entitled dickheads. For me, I didn't. Sam says for me, I didn't start processing until I was 19, and it's been going on for the past few years. More gets uncovered as you age, I find. Yeah, yeah. Well, is that with the trauma and stuff? That's it. When you're ignorant, this is the thing. Very important lesson as well. You basically accept everything until you question it. I've discovered. No one told me this. Is just what I've learned. It's like until you actually question it, you accept it. So then, when you're a child, you accept the food you're given. You accept the household, and the household makes you believe. You got to understand, if you're in a traumatic household, it's actually likely that you don't know that you're in a traumatic household because the house just reinforces that you're not, and you just take on those dogmas and beliefs or whatever. Key says, feeling unwanted and loved can teach many things and build one into a very strong person, so it's a blessing. Yeah, you got to really embrace. Don't wish-wash about the past. There's deep lessons learned from all of your traumas. Need a drink. Real life shitache. Okay, I don't know what that means, bro. Odin. Let's be real, no guy washes their hands unless they have a number 2. Yeah, I mean, fuck it, bro. I mean, people are so queasy and weird, man. Like, that's what another thing my household used to hate on me for is like I'd have a piss and then they go, "You're not washing your hands." He's like, "Yeah, well, it's not that I even knew, but I didn't want to because it was just fucking long." But this one's not one of those. It's just like you're washing your hands with toxic shit, and I wish I could go deeper into like my family kind of situation, but I'm not going to, just out of respect. But in the future potentially, but right now is not the right time. Build a community, all live in the hills and bath in the river. Yeah, that's it, bro. I mean, I don't understand why. Yeah, I don't know. There's this lyric by Inspector Veg. He's like, I can't remember the whole thing, but he's like, yeah. Basically, just why did we intervene? We should have left it green. What was it? He goes, yo, in between me and pieces, this concrete, and I can see it isn't working, so I'm searching for what's underneath, what's sacred, what's always been, what's sacred and what's pure and clean. Why did we have to intervene? We should have left this whole world green. Then it goes like, that's a mad tune. Baron the Driller, when we meet, don't chef me, G. Says Key. Did you research psychedelics before you took them? Yes. I'm sorry I'm only just getting to these. Yeah. Not loads. But yeah, I knew about them for ages. I don't know how. I don't remember a distinctive moment where it's like I always knew. Like I grew up and I always like just wanted to take mushrooms. I didn't find this rabbit hole and go, I just like, there was no distinctive point. I was like from 50, because you're barely conscious when you're growing up. But I remember when I was 14, 15 and that, like, I never wanted to fuck with none of the chemical drugs, but I knew that mushrooms has always wanted to be something that I pursued. I don't know why. I just heard about them and I was like, these are different. No one really told me that. I mean, maybe they did. I can't remember. How much do you pay for rent, boss? I pay, the total rent here is only about 450, I believe. It's probably gone up. Right now my dad's helping me. Which is why I need to get on my feet fast and stop fucking around. Because he's trying to help me, so, because I don't want to lose this flat. So within a few months down the line, I'll be able to build stability and take over. There, that water just reminded. There's a video I was watching. This there's an hour-long 7-gram live magic mushroom trip report. I took 7 grams and I just sat there, and I was just talking about loads of mad shit. I took a sip out of the bottled water, bro. It was Buxton brand. I literally like gagged in the middle of I took a drink and I was speaking and I was like, this water's literally fucked, man. Only because you said about the tap filter in the tap water, bro. I always filter tap water before drink. Bro, get away from the tap water. I don't. Everyone's like such a I'm not hating on you, but literally, you need to invest in a water distiller quickly. That shit is fucked. Tap water, my shower, the hose, the water was leaking down the hose, and it went all onto the water. Yeah, I didn't clean the water. It dried onto the floor. It is now white, lime scale in the tap water. You're drinking lime scale. How many mushrooms can I take before I die? Yeah, literally, bro. They're the holy grail. You got your own place at 19? Somewhat. It's difficult. I won't go into the full nature of it right now. Same with everything about me not being able to take psychedelics, a lot of the stuff about my family, a lot of the place about my living situation. It's hard for me to get into exactly the full nature of it because my family do watch my platform and it's sensitive information to the general public anyway. Highland Spring or Evian, nah. Kyle, this shit's fucked. You know this shit's fucked as well. I'm pretty sure it's got fluoride in it. I saw some picture on it, but bottled water is, I don't know about you, man, but bottled water is not for me either. When I got super deep into psychedelics, yeah, and I had some extrasensory perception shit, all bottled water became like undrinkable. I drank it and I was like, it's literally poison. And I was drinking it, I was like, I don't want to drink it. And this is why Terence McKenna says, or just in general, people choose to be asleep and choose to be awake, because I choose to be asleep when I'm at work because it's easier to get through the day. I choose to be asleep now, maybe subconsciously, so that I can drink this water without wanting to fucking blow my head off. But if you're fully awake, you would understand how painful this bottled water is and just general life. If you're fully awake, then everything comes to the surface, and sometimes it's not particularly practical to see everything and be fully awake, so your body and mind lets you bypass some of your perceptions. Because when I was abusing psychedelics, one of the main reasons why I got depressed is because I was just so aware of my day. I was a bin man running around in pollution all day, breathing in dust, and all of the water I was drinking, I didn't want to drink it. And because I became so conscious and aware and so awake, everything was just so painful because I wasn't ready, because my whole life was just like, it was not built on a good foundation at all. So I was just like painfully awake of my unchangeable situation. A water distiller, is that better? I will not fuck with tap water. Sorry, I didn't see Odin Richard says, have you ever been out and found any mushrooms? Tried a couple times now. So I did try like up in some mad hills like in Farringdon. But no, you really want to go like Wales, where you're at like the top of the earth and it's literally like there's no shelter and you're just fucked if a storm comes. That's where you want to be. You like, from my experience, not particularly, but they can grow basically anywhere. But mainly you want about this time in the UK, about October, when the I can't remember what it was exactly, but like the grass starts to somewhat like fuck up because it's getting cold, and then you want like sheep and cows a bit, but like not loads, just so they can like fertilize and bring nutrition to the land. And you don't want the greenest, longest grass ever. Not really. You want, well, that's not really at all. You want like kind of shitty, like yellowy dead grass with green grass mixed in, not too long soil, but not dry and barren. Baron Davidson. They're growing everywhere in Wales right now. I wish I had transport, man. Bottled water is definitely cleaner, I find. It is cleaner. If you research anyway, it reckons that there's absolutely no evidence that bottled water is cleaner. I was working in a hotel and this geezer was literally fucking selling bottled water that was just filled with tap water. Blew my fucking mind. He was showing me what to do. It was like a B&B. So if you ever go to a B&B and they provide you with water, unless it's like sealed with the brand, it was like a Voss bottle and they just filled it with tap water. Odin, look up shroom map. It will tell you highly likely areas they grow. Oh, that's fucking cool. I didn't know that. I'll pick you up, Baron, and we're going on and we'll go picking on a gram each. Fuck yeah. You said that you and some man was like, Key, I don't want to like expose all the DMs, but you said you was potentially near Oxfordshire soon. And you was going to pick someone up or some shit. I don't know. We don't have to discuss it here, but I would definitely, obviously, look. But if that's actually going down, let me know ASAP, because I need to make time with my work and shit, you know. Can I turn my Wi-Fi off? This is the state I'm in, yeah. I'm literally turning every plug off in the house when I don't need it. Because how much have I got on the electric? This has actually gone into the minus spot right now. So this £4, this is my situation, yeah. This £4.54 is actually debt. Because it lets you have like £5 cheat. And it goes so fast, like, that's 50p in one day. No, that's over 50p. That's like nearly £1 in one day, and I ain't really done shit. I don't even use my Wi-Fi on my phone. It's just that lamp and my PC earlier for a few hours. Is mad. But that's literally, and the good thing about my channel and my whole story now, again, if you zoom out, is you can see the depth of my poverty and my depression. So that if I become so, and this is what I was like, literally, I feel like I knew what was going to happen. Because my first video, I said you're going to see me come from nothing to something. First of all, my articulation has just evolved dramatically, so I can actually communicate what I want to. And I'm now just building and manifesting everything I want by building connections with you guys. So, and because I've laid out clear evidence of my previous depression and my poverty, like I just done there, showing you my electric, that's like all I have to my name. I've only got 30 quid in the bank and I owe over £1,000. Literally, poverty I've never even heard of this extent. But then when I succeed, which I'm going to, because success is a choice, then I can say, hey, don't be a victim, anybody. There's no need to be a victim. I came from nothing, in a way. Me and Sam and Dylan next weekend, yeah. Okay, well, let me know, Key, because I need to have a day off work. Like, I'd love to come with you, if potentially you're coming round these ends. But I've got work, haven't I? So if you let me know like ASAP what day to have off, then obviously I'd love. But I mean, it depends, because how many days you're going up there or whatever. But let me know, man, because that to me, I need to meet you guys. I haven't even had a conversation with you, Key. Not even a phone call. And I'd love to. I have no idea the nature of Sam or Dylan. But I accept everybody, ultimately. I don't judge people in that way, so I just need to meet you, mans. Have you grown them before? Key, are you definitely coming? Next Saturday, I think Shroom's already secured. Next Saturday. Okay, hopefully I've got some time off. What am I working? There's potential I've got time off. I should be able to get a day off though, hopefully, if I just speak to my boss now. We'll have a look. But yeah, if you message me in the DMs, Key, or even just now, if you secure me a date or two and the details, I would love to come. There's no reason why I can't, really, but obviously we'll get to it. Just message me in the DMs and shit, and we'll get into the details. By the way, I've got Shroom plug. This is YouTube, fuck off. This is not anything to do with me and the fans. This is me and the boys behind the scenes. And by Shroom plug, I mean fucking nothing. You don't know what that means, bro. We all have our own definitions. Leave me alone. It's all a skit. It's all an act. I've been acting the whole time. Ta-da! Truth till I die, and OXSN has been an act the whole time. There you go. I used to say that before I messaged people for drugs. I'd send them a voice message or something. I'd go, "Dear FBI, this is a skit for a YouTube video," and then I'd say, "Yo, bro, you got any weed?" £1,000 in debt. How come? Because I had to borrow money because my depression made me self-sabotage to the extent I was so blind to what I was actually doing that now I had to borrow loads of money in order to pay my rent and to just get by. and I was buying loads, and I was borrowing money, taking mushrooms, taking weed. I was smoking about 3-5 of weed a day. I lost loads of jobs. I was just oblivious to the storm that was coming my way. Barrel mate, we're at my gaff on the weekend after this one. Sam is a crazy vegan who is willing to take whatever dose of psychs. Dylan is slightly cautious like me. Yeah, well, by the way, guys, mushrooms, anyway. YouTube, go away. Fucking hell. The censorship is actually crazy, guys. It's only because... But look, anyway, me personally, this has nothing to do with YouTube, but me and my friends that are meeting anyway, regardless of YouTube, so you can all fuck off, I've got, and this is an act for a future video, by the way, I've got infinite supplies. If you have the money, we don't even need the money, they let me tick as well, so let me know. But me personally, I can't be investing nothing. Alright, well if you wanted more, whatever the fuck, then we got. My name's not actually Sam, it's Garrett, but I've been going along with it. Oh, really? You dickhead. Dylan is the #1 dealer in his little Welsh village. Public disclaimer, I am not a shroom dealer. You just got to publicly disclaim anything regardless. Like, I'm not saying that you are the shroom dealer, but... I actually love speaking on these lives, they're quite fun. So I'm so happy I reached out to you, Key, in the beginning, because like, you guys are like the only people who actually join these. Odin, I'll have a look, thank you, and new here. So hi, I'm Odin. Nice to meet you guys. Hello, Odin. Yeah, I am somewhat familiar with you. You have spoke before, but yeah, welcome. It's only really ever Key, Dylan, Garrett, or Sam, and Odin somewhat, and then sometimes a few others. But there's like, you guys are the community who I'm speaking to. I don't think there is really anyone else. Dylan, you sell MCAT to the 9-year-olds after school. Stop lying, it's okay, the FBI ain't coming for you. Kai, I told you not to tell anyone about this, you cunt. What filters have I got? Wow, there's no actual filters with any dimensions, it's just fucking... Oh, that looks cool. I kind of feel like I should have done this in the beginning. This is what happens if you take mushrooms. So don't take them. Okay, well, I've reached the bottom of the chat anyway. Well, that's been an hour and 40 minutes. That scream. I'll never forget that scream. Shit, bro. I'll try showing up more. Definitely need to spread the info, man. Yeah, well, I feel like I've got a fucking infinite catalogue of psychedelic information anyway, so any questions or anything, I'm definitely here to fill you in, and I feel I've got good advice. I look fucking horrible like this. That is awful, man. Why does it look so wrong? Like, what like... Like, what do they even do to make it seem so fucked? That just looks fucking horrendous. Well, yeah, 7 viewers? What the fuck? I've never had 7 viewers. Ever thought of doing live whilst on the magic? I have done. I've got 7. I've got like multiple trip reports where I'm literally sat at my desk on 7 grams. And one of the most amazing things that one of the most amazing hallucinations one of the most amazing hallucinations I had. I'll show you. So I was in my bathroom here. This was on my 7-gram mushroom live trip. It's in about an hour and 15 long. So I had Colgate toothpaste here. Imagine this was red. Let me get my mirror. Imagine that toothpaste was red, and this mirror was here, and this was here, or some shit. I was looking at it on 7 grams before I made the live stream while on mushrooms. Yeah, I've looked in the mirror on LSD before. It's mad. Anyway, I was looking at this, yeah, and then I let my eyes like just observe it, and then before I knew it, this, which was red, and basically this set here turned into a corner of an estate with a road and a stop sign and a pavement and a curb and everything. And that's one of the most full-blown hallucinations I've ever had. I've never had like a full... Normally it's just like a net of like visuals become more of a field on psychedelics rather than an actual... You don't like hallucinate objects, but I watched this whole surface like turn into an estate, and that's because I spend all my days running around on estates doing bins. I used to when I was a bin man, and that's why I hallucinated that probably. But it was mad, bro. On the Magic Live, look out for it soon, boys. That would be sick, bro. I'm sure I'm going to, but not sure how the title of my vids just gets deleted. Do they? You're allowed to trip live on mushrooms. You've just got to like preface it to fuck, and this is what I've been failing on a lot. And I actually do have a disclaimer. If you go on my second channel, there's a royalty-free disclaimer that I made, and it goes, warning, this video is made for educational and purposes only. You haven't got to use it, but you can download it if you want on YouTube to MP4, and it's just a quick fucking jibber jab of going, this is for educational purposes, we do not advocate any use of psychedelics opposite. And that's what you got to fucking put at the start of your shit. Just like the way that we all familiar with actualize.org, the way that he proposes psychedelics is he does it in such a way where he like cannot get banned because he's so careful with the way that he approaches it, and he premeditates everything from the ground up. Yeah, the first time I looked in the mirror on LSD, I was just symmetrical like fuck, and it was so amazing. I've got Magic in Me, because that's a song title as well. I've had 2 strikes when I started my channel, first 2 vids. Yeah. I'm more sensible now. Yeah, you gotta be more sensible. You can't be like... Yeah, I got a strike for posting a video of me stamping on a COVID mask. This is why, like... This is something so powerful. People did not speak up about the COVID stuff enough, man. Go away, free sex videos, girl chat. I don't fucking care. It's another account. Yeah. But you know, if you look into, because I got a video of my interview with me and Spread Truth taken down for COVID misinformation, and they stated that it's not YouTube's policy, it's that YouTube has intertwined with the World Health Organization, whoever the fuck they are. I could get censored for that, just saying whoever the fuck, you know what I mean? But basically, if you go against their views of health and the microbiome and the whole anything, if you go against the way that they perceive health and the virus, you're censored. It's not YouTube, it's the World Health Organization. They state what YouTube is allowed to say because YouTube has like tied paths with them. You ever see writing all over your own skin on acid? So I've seen yeah, I get language hallucinations frequently these days, and it's when you see it the first time, you can then invoke it from then on. So the first time I saw it is when I combined LSD with psilocybin, and perhaps this synergy made the neural connection in my brain for the first time that allowed me to access it in the future. But I've had experiences where I look out, I gaze out at the trees, I gaze out at the grass, and it's all K, J, M, Q in the ceiling here, and it's all, you can see it very vividly. I've had that a lot, but not on my skin, no. But I love the letter hallucination. But yeah, the first time it happened, I was on LSD so I took 2 tabs of LSD and about 4 grams of mushrooms, and I was meditating. As soon as I sat down to meditate on this dose, my set of drawers in front of me spawned out of my subconscious mind. I didn't invoke it; they just emerged out of my wooden texture set of drawers spontaneously. I've seen tribal patterns and weird fighting kind of eyes. It was weird. I had a trip ages ago where I was in the darkness. This was one of the most powerful trips I ever had. 7 grams, smoking a lot of weed. And in the darkness, in this room, I was recognizing that the whole room was full of very dark, they weren't distinct, like, solid hallucinations, but there were many faces. It wasn't scary, but you know how, this is what I'd say about how you are a matrix of responses, concepts, and emotions and thoughts, is that I was seeing faces, hallucinations in the darkness, human faces, and I recognized all of them. So you know when someone like comes into the shop, or I mean, wherever you are, if you're just out in public and you see someone who you recognize, but you're not really sure, but there's like a certain sensation and feeling, like a magnetic sort of thing where you're like, I know who that is, I think. That's what was happening. I was seeing bare faces in the darkness, and I could feel the physical attraction of, like, I know kind of who that is. It was really, really weird. But I was very conscious of the whole thing, so it wasn't confusing, and I'm so proud of how I deal with psychedelics these days. Not that I've done them for a long time. I remember listening to Kilimanjaro's Boiler Room set on LSD, and the African drums and congos was felt deep in me. Felt really cool and grounding. Yeah, you cannot separate yourself from the music in an experience. It doesn't happen. You become one with the tunes. Singing is powerful on psychedelics, and take this into account, everybody, please listen. So actually something I awoke to quite deeply recently is that you're constantly in different states of being. Your body, and you access different states of being, or frequencies, vibrations, through breath work. So gradually, if right now I'm in this state where I'm trying to talk loads, and that's how I'm trying to use my oxygen to communicate to you guys, if I then do some like deeper breath work for 10 minutes, I then access a new state for the foreseeable future that is correlated to that breath work. So I'm in a state of being now that permeates through my whole state of being, dependent on my breath. But when I do some like deep breath work, I then access like a new frequency dimension sort of shit, and my whole state of being now permeates and becomes one with my state of breathing. And this becomes very apparent on psychedelic trips. This is what Terence McKenna says. So breathing works with psychedelics. I'll say it again, very important. Breathing will evolve and work with the substance. So if you're in a place that you do not like, sing and breathe and it will evolve. Definitely. If it doesn't do it immediately, keep persevering and it will evolve. That's one of the best lessons I can teach anybody about psychedelic use. Odin Richards says, yeah, it was a few years ago now, but it felt like I was supposed to read and understand it, but I couldn't even make out what the letters were, even though it was so vivid. Vivid means, a lot of people think vivid means like not clear, but it's actually the opposite. Vivid is like clear hallucination. I don't know, I wasn't correcting you, I don't know if that's what you implied, but it kind of sounds like that. Oh right, even though it was so vivid. I know what you mean, yeah. You can see the letters clearly, but you can't accurately. Like, it's vividly there. I understand. Trample on the evil intentions, That dinner fucked me up, man. I can literally feel like acid rising through my chest. I've also had a lump here. My left nipple, like no one can put pressure on it because there's been a lump under there for many years, and this is why I'm trying to persevere with this detox cleanse, because I don't know what it is. The doctors just give you a scary name and a pill. But I'm not going to be able to get rid of this thing if I don't fast. That's the thing. That's where these things... I've had a lump on the nipple. It did go away for me, yeah, until I started eating dairy. Yeah, it's always difficult describing what you see, though, my dude. Yeah, I get you. Yeah, I had it. Yeah, I had it same. Not sure what it was, but yeah, also her. Well, it's good to know that there's like other people that kind of know this phenomenon. But yeah, it went away for me. I think I used to have it on both, and now it's just on my left. It's weird, but I think it's caused by diet, because it did fall for me and it completely went, but it arose back. So clearly there's something that I'm doing that's like making this thing become a thing. Just, yeah, it was difficult describing what you see, though. Yeah, it is difficult, I guess. I think the more you do psychedelics, the better you become at articulating, and the better you become at understanding them. Also, another thing that's to do with health, where I feel like this autoimmune shit, is my toes were burning yesterday. This is when I was doing the fast. My toe I was on the grape fast, and the grape fast actually pushes acid out of your body. So this lady had normal legs. She went on a grape fast, and her legs pushed out acid and all this fucked shit through her skin to dispose of it, because that's what grapes actually do. That so organic black grapes, darker the better, they push out toxins through your skin. And maybe that's what was happening, but when I was doing this grape fast, my toes were literally burning in my shoes. Like, they didn't when I was getting up, but yeah. This is what I hate about our culture, is that you just can't, like, you have to fucking wear shoes, even if it's, like, not good for you. I can't see you smile with a mask on. Some people are just too far gone. We should all rise up like a hard-on. I'm shit at articulating all the thoughts just stay in my head. Sometimes I can get in a flow, but it doesn't happen often. Well, I'm sure you're aware by the way that I speak that somehow, and psychedelics actually are the vehicle for, well, in a way, for better articulation. But I'll tell you why this has happened to me, and the rate that this has happened to me is amazing. So I think you would probably all agree that I'm decent at articulation. I try to be, and it's actually very fun. And it's very empowering to be able to talk very clearly and directly, because people don't get confused with me, and I speak from a high consciousness state most of the time, or I try to, and then it just dissolves. Like, when I get into, like, I can try and have conversations with people, and then the unconscious person gets all emotionally tied up, and I'm like, hold on, I'm just speaking with objective words, and because I can articulate so directly and thoroughly what I want to say, there's never no confusion, and this is it's very powerful. I think rapping helps as well. Can think up thoughts quickly. I'll try and do some super speedy rap. Listen to this. What is it? I got loads of them, but I can do mega fast raps. Only the ones that I've learned. Can I think of any? What was that main one? Time gains moment in the moment when I'm living in the moment, in the momentary sitting in the moment, passing after every beginning moments, many memories, pretending enemies in front of me, sending me straight up into me. My bad behavior, but it could have been a man. Copy and paste and copy and copy, but the rhymes bother me. The better the rhythm, the better I am. The better the rhythm, the better I am. But the better The better the rhythm, the better I am. But I better battle the battle better I am. Gambling man, but I am. Fuck. Oh god, I can do it sometimes. Clear. Or what's this other one? I spit it with ease, deliver it to me. That'll be a better believe. I'm on a rampage, hit him with a fucking release. Depending on the week, I'm probably gonna have to achieve another goal. Let me go when I'm over the beat. I go into beast mode when I'm ready to feast. I fed up with these feet, trying to get me to believe. The ones to be taken out, yep, see what I mean? How many records I gotta give you to get with the program? Take it for granted, I better give you the whole plan. Open your mind and take a look at the blueprint. Depending if it got up, I gotta hold it with both hands. Pick up the bars, you gotta be smart. You really gotta dig in your heart if you wanna get to the root of an issue. Pursuing the mental could be dark, could be difficult, but the pain from the end of it could happen to get through it, eh? What do you think of that then? That was fucking, that's all, if I could... That last bit, can you do rap god, yeah? Summon lama, dimma lama, you human, what I gotta do to get it through, I'm superhuman. Never been a minute rubber, so that anything is age, because enough for me now, glue to you. Never said it more than never saying how to get the motherfucking honest. Feel like it's levitating, never fitting another. The head is up forever winning for the day. They can say I fell off the celebrating because another way to get motivated. I make elevated music, you make elevated music. Well, there you go, I clearly got some raps in me. I don't know if there is. I forgot so many of them, but yeah, one of my favorite things to do as a kid is just learn mega speedy verses. It's so satisfying when you learn like a full-fledged. I don't know if I know any other like. There's some that aren't that fast, but I still. What was that other one? Yeah, I don't know too many of them. I did know loads, man. A lot of them are Eminem, NF. Not many people do speedy raps, to be honest. Tell you what, shall I get my I don't know if you've heard my fucking rap that I've been writing myself called Truth Till I Die. I wrote some more lyrics. Maybe I should get it up on my fucking PC. Whoa! Because I'm making music, yeah. But it's just taking time to write the lyrics. Who's actually still in the chat, by the way? Is Key still in here? I don't think he is. I think he's gone now. But yeah, I'll let it ride to at least over 2 hours, just so it looks cooler. I guess. Because like, there's one video of mine, and everyone thinks I have one 5-hour video, but I actually have one 5-hour video and one 4-hour, nearly 5-hour video, like. Also, I've got these things here. Nicotine is these are pretty toxic, I imagine. But nicotine's actually very good for you, good for your brain. It's a nootropic. And then the definition of a nootropic is, well, it's just like brain fuel. Bro, you should actualize.org's video on nootropics. Check that shit out, bro. There's literally hundreds of fucking lists of like crazy profound brain fuel that's like next to psychedelic. Okay, right, so that's all blocked because I haven't got no internet on here. So where is my motherfucking... I screen recorded it. Nicotine gum, it made me feel horrible. Definitely keep that up. I love trying to get every word of Ocean Wisdom's revving. Why are you trying to rev? I hit man with the awkward elbow, awkward leg, top of the elbow. What was it? Awkward elbow, top of the head, like boom, bow, put into it. 18 I don't know, I haven't listened to that song for ages, but yeah, I love Ocean Wisdom as well. Difficult without breathing properly. What other raps do I know of that? A lot of them are 21 Pilots. What was Every time I thought self as a vision is taking my vision, my crime is my sentence, repentance are taking commission, it's taking a toll on my soul, I'm screaming submission. I don't know if I'm dying or living, cause I will save face for name's sake, abuse grace, take aim to within and name into a place, but my name is lame, I can't walk and I am the same, I'm a name, became new destiny to the grave. I think I'm running out of speedy ones, really. What was the one at Eminem's, but then I think about it and I'm enraged, cause I figured out if I put the pen to the page, it'd be minimum wage. But it's embedded in my head and never honey for the bread and butter. What I wanted was to be the one that was getting butter, never gonna get the credit for the sweat and blood. But the pen and when I'm dead, would have put me on a pedestal. Forget that I was ever this incredible. I guess I better go harder than ever, cause I'm never gonna get another motherfucking opportunity again to spend as many people with this I can, simply because I can. Nobody likes me, everybody hates me, they want me to go east. Anyway, this is my rap that I've been writing. It's not done. Oh. Okay, Key. I don't know if I can. It will end the live. Can I swipe down? Right, I'll tell you what. Key. I'll turn the internet on, and then I'll look at it on the PC, because I'm using my data right now. Ah, fuck! That was almost dangerous. Stomping around the house in the dark with loads of shit on the floor. That's the main danger of psychedelics, is like you just tripping up, like hitting your head. Because one time, yeah, I was sat in this chair on loads of mushrooms, rolling a joint. The joint I rolled was horrible, it was coming on fast. I lost my lighter, so I had a toaster under my fucking desk, and I was trying to light it, and then I spilt a drink while I was coming up on loads of shit, and it went all on the plug and the toaster and shit that was on under my desk while I was raging on mushrooms trying to light a shit zoot that I rolled because of how fucking high I was. So that's the danger of psychedelics. Not that you're going to lose your mind, it's that you start melting into reality, and then you start trying to do stupid shit like lighting a zoot with a toaster, and then before you know it, you've burned the fucking house down, you can't even see anything. It's just coated in sacred geometry. Alright, I'll have internet in a second, but here's my rap. Wow, I can't believe that I'm still alive. I'll start to breathe to revitalize. My human being was dead inside till I find the space inside of my mind. The base of us is divine, reality is sublime. Speaking truth till I die, seeking truth till I die. God, I was so unconscious, manifesting bare monsters. Probably cause all the monsters I've been drinking in my system since I was barely even conscious, hardly even awake. Drinking shit at that age made me wanna blow my brains, made me wanna die away. Wishing for better days, where were the better days? But it goes deeper than food, it's every dimension of all you consume. Division and fear, they spread on the news now, the media hate cause I'm speaking the truth. I'm speaking the truth, their lies are absurd. If you're looking for proof, you're part of the herd. Take psilocybin and then you'll be cured. Close both eyes and open the I'm only sinking when I start thinking. My eyes stop seeing and I stop being. I'm on the brinking, near extinction, so I stop breathing when I'm deceiving myself. It ain't good for my health, it ain't good for my brain, it ain't good for my mind. Everything's in your mind, not a thing is outside. My life is gaining momentum, came a long way from the pills and depression. Pushing up hills to surface is my method till I watch it roll for a second. Cause ultimately, there isn't nowhere to be, there isn't nowhere to go. Now I'm just watching it flow, there isn't nothing to know, there isn't nothing to gain. Your victim mentality's killing you gradually, honestly, mad to see. Choose your reality, this is insanity, inside a fantasy, but it's all meant to see what you... I keep on telling them, wake up quick, or most days wake up feeling like shit. If you don't change this, you will get sick, you're heading to hell, but I can help you fix, I can help you shit. See, these new bars, I haven't made them all good yet. That's why I started slipping, because I haven't actually solidated what I'm writing. It takes fucking ages to write, bro. That's why I haven't finished this tune yet, because it's fucking long. That's the best lyrics I've ever written, it's gotta be. That wasn't the best take I've ever done, but... I'm gonna make this tune, and I'm going to make a music video, and I'm gonna pursue music a lot deeper. I don't know why I'm not doing it yet. Alright, have I got internet now? I have. Alright, I'll check your message now, Key, sorry. I can't believe I didn't, like, I missed out some of the lyrics to take a breather as well, and they were like the best hard-hitting lyrics there was. Oh, for fuck off! Alright, I'm gonna try and shut this app quickly. I'm gonna pop up at the end of the video, create. Yeah, do it! Create, meditate, awaken. That shit is so funny. Oh my god. Alright, so what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna look at your thing on Instagram on here. If the stream ends, then I guess it's ended. If it doesn't, I hope it doesn't, but I can't actually look at it on here because it's saying this. It's only visible on the app. So if it deletes, I hope it... Well, let me try quickly before actually viewing the message. I will leave the app and I'll come back in. 1 second. Alright, I'm still here. Okay, give me 1 second. I'll be back. Oh my god, that is good news. I won't disclose, but that is good news, Key. Oi, I know what that lyric is, Odin. Don't you fucking... You've been chewing on mushroom caps, so your noon tune slaps. Are you... I know, that's by fucking Bespoke. And, Bespoke, Deceit, isn't it? Yeah, it takes a long time to write lyrics. Oh my god, the thumbnail of this live. Keys, brother. Dr. Robert Morse, bro, check this guy out. I will not stop talking about this guy. Notifications. Theo. Non-duality teacher. Russell Brand. Vaccine loophole. Eckhart Tolle. See, I've only got good fucking people in the DMs. In the whatever. Bespoke, that's right. I love Bespoke, bro. What's it called? Is it Deceit? Or is it the one with Traumatic?
You are going to be vaccinated. You're going to be vaccinated sooner than you think. If you haven't been vaccinated already, you and every adult you know will be vaccinated in the next few months. President Biden has arranged for the delivery of enough vaccine to vaccinate every adult in America.
If the news said it, then it's true. If you're vaccinated, how am I a threat to you? Tell society that I'm a fucking menace too. Just like the government, you think's protecting you. Ain't it mad how I've not heard about the flu? And if the herd's immune, life resumes 21st of June. If that happens, I'm bending over fast to put a mask up to my ass and asking you, can you smell the fumes? Go against migraine and see how bad your headache gets. It's fucking pointless like you're clapping for the NHS. It's
Go against migraine and see how hard your headache gets. Woo!
fucking pointless like the pencil when I'm at the desk. It's fucking pointless like the tax to craft and that's a tech. This
I'm gonna have a nicotine gun. See if it makes me feel like shit.
We're being lied to by the doctors and coroners. Continue sitting stagnant, you fucking ornaments. It's never gonna end. I'm not the only one, there's more of us. Spending loose change on multiply toilet paper. Plus you're feeling down like all employment rates are. They're dividing us, I'm trying to wake you up, you're sleeping. With that wool over your eyes, you need your Ed Sheeran. If you miss information, take a propaganda. We're living in deceit, now it's time to stand up.
They'll be stood around in their house, like, look at
I've got a lot of videos here. So there's LSD plus... So let me go in the Super Awakening. So apparently it wasn't all in Da Vinci. So you'll see what I mean, because I do lose the plot. Oh, these videos are like embarrassing. That's why I've never... Oh, this is funny, I think.
This is what I was meaning to do earlier. Like, I didn't really...
Yo, it's OXSN in real life. Yeah, this is like loads of unreleased trip reports. So if you want to see...
Loads of mushrooms, it's so weird.
If you want to see loads of unreleased trip reports, go to this video on Rumble. The link's there. I'll put it in the chat now, look.
Dylan, tell Bauer about the Snowdon trip. Yeah, I've heard about it.
And yeah, there's a lot of unreleased content here. I never released the trip report because it's just too mad. It's still on here. It's yeah, I think it's called Super Awakening. I don't know. I don't know. I won't show you. I got too much shit on this computer.
This is an electric shower. This light.
But yeah, anyway, I'm gonna stop it there because I want to use my computer again. I've got to make a music video for Alchemist Ash and Mr. Traumatic, mate. That's a cool opportunity. So it's time to do that. Anyway, yeah, there you go. So go check out the stream if you want to see the last hour of it. Cheers for watching, mate. Yeah, I'm just live streaming a lot more now. Screen recording uploads, like, because over time I love how much the aesthetic is building, like how big OXSN has got,
And it's cool to do this because like a lot of people don't know how deep my shit goes, like how extensive it is. I think I might have showed at the start, but this is just the fucking rumble, and I was on about my fucking on here. Don't know. There's loads of it. I don't know where to begin there. Yeah, there's look. We got like 44 hours of audio on here. It says somewhere. It did say that the other day. I don't know where. Was that on that playlist? Yeah, this one. 78 episodes, 44 hours of like. So what you just listened to, I will download this. I will export this, and then I will upload it on here. I will probably put OXSN replay. I don't know how much of it is being on here already. But Babylon's trying to delete me, so I'm trying to solidify it. So if any of you guys would re-upload some of my talks on your own stuff, I would actually appreciate it a lot. Because over time it actually builds. Because like something that I find this cool, right? Right. OXSN. It's like I like how I actually come up on Google. Yo, what? Why is this on Reddit? Who posted? Oh, it's Love from the Galaxy actually posted this. Fair play. Hey, that's cool. See, I like that. I need to get on Reddit more. I didn't realise he was on there. What? Fuck off, bro. What's going on? I might have to get on. But yeah, see, that's cool, man. I search my name up and then it actually gives me. I like that. And I'm trying to encourage this stuff more. Because I try to be a catalogue of information. So if that takes you there, and then this guy has a fucking whole rabbit hole on his page, it's not letting me see for some reason. But yeah, it goes on. You see, it's cool. Very old. It goes very deep. Most people don't have the attention span, and I don't blame you. I'm gonna up the quality though. I've got a lot of updates pending, so this is all like the deadest stuff that I've made so far. It's gonna get a lot cooler, but even this, I like this. Like I am every single one of these. Like all of this is intentional. Alan Watts, Mr. Traumatic, Psychedelic Actualization. Like I Rise Above. Like it's all about like, for lack of a better term, it's like the ideology. This Cognito Hazard. Like that's like my logo these days. Infinite Love, the Metatron's Cube, Mushrooms, Psychedelic Tapestries, this picture here, like, all of this, like, most of it is mine, like, this is an album but it's just, this is garbage, like, some of it is but, like, I just find it cool that it's all, at least, like, relevant to me, like, literally all of it is, and I quite like that, to be honest. What's this one, Rabbit Hole? I don't know, that's weird. Yeah, I don't know what that is. But yeah, like Payday Monsanto. See, like I'm just happy when you search up my name, you get Mr. Traumatic, Payday Monsanto. You get this. Fucking Adeptus Psychonautica, Payday Monsanto again. Like an exclusive album I published with him. Rise Above, more Payday, Psychedelic like Alex Gray. Me and Mr. Nature, Love from the Galaxy, Miss Sunshine. If you know these people, then that just pays dividends to more Traumatic. The podcast I've done with Miss Sunshine, and this Inspector Veg, because he put me in his music video, and he's got he fucking blew up recently. He's been getting hella views. Yeah, look, I bet. Look. Wait, oh, newest. Oh, it's only got 3. Yeah, caught your bird's eye baby, man. Onslaught. Love it. But yeah, I'm at the start of this. I'm gonna play this track, and then I'm gonna part ways, lads. If that's cool. But yeah, check out this video. New videos just being published on my Rumble, which is this digital hacking, hijacking thing. If you want to see that, check out my like literally, like most of my aesthetic is on Instagram, bro. This is an endless rabbit hole. Look how many posts I got. Look, 1.2 thousand posts, and it's just you just scroll, and most of it is very relevant. You see, but it's more interconnected than that. You see, because even that, yeah. Here. Me and New Earth Actualization. This is also an Instagram account that I've made, and I'm very passionate about this one. I don't know why I'm not following my own account, apparently. But yeah, this one's cool, man. It's all about reclaiming your sovereignty. It's changed over time, but this is the main chunk of it. And then yeah, this goes into the if you want to understand my logo, there's a lot of depth of like what I'm trying to convey, and what I reckon is if you get on board with the message, like even psilocybiosis, that means a lot. It's all interconnected, and to me, it means it's everything I know. I've been doing it for a very long time. Sometimes I forget how much stuff is inside my mind, but I feel like I want to be able to see it in front of me, because I feel like I fell off. I didn't really realise I fell off. I just got caught up in a lot of stuff. But that was a very long time ago. Anyway, I'm working on it. Under construction. This is all demo shit. But if you could help me solidify this stuff, it'd mean a lot to me. Because all of this is pointing in the same direction. Here's a music video I made. Go check that. Lots of exclusive stuff. Sometimes I upload just entire music videos. This is a very cool music video, Propaganda Overload. Alice Clay, I think her name is. Third ILO. And this one's funny. Shut up and smoke this DMT. It's just jokes business, mate. Let's go check that. There you go. The rabbit hole of OXSN is far larger and deeper than most care to look. I don't blame them, it's long, most do not have the attention span, but the communications I am attempting to solidify are unspeakably critical. Take a double take. Don't look too deep though, there is stuff I'd rather you didn't find, probably for now, you're not ready, I'm joking. Ignore that. Anyway, there you go, there you have it, mate. I'm gonna go now. Double check the chat. But yeah, they'll probably terminate me again before I know it. They like to do that. Alright, that's it for now then, lads. Check it out, mate. Thank you very much. And now I'll leave you this music video.
I'm just saying, that Still Exempt EP is fucking levels, bro. And I'd love to learn more about your truth, especially the whole dietary thing. I got a job in the co-op now, yeah. Literally every person buys the same
Don't
shit.
eat that garbage, walk straight past it. Look off the mind, start fasting. People are eating junk food, that's self-harming. Some drink sour top tea, that's calming. A Friday night freak show is alarming. A little dinner, but the devil seems so charming. farming. Push up the land into the quicksand, getting farmed by the farmers. Keep on farming. What fuck a CV? I don't wanna feel forms in. Nah, that's boring. I'm tired of warring. Herbs and 1 million a day, I'm getting morphine. Preach peace because of all the wars they're causing. A lot of people in the game all gone lame. Talking that climate change, conforming. The beast is bringing new laws in, taking the piss like that they can never force it. Fuck up the system, fuck up the system. That'd be great. Fuck up the system, fuck up the system. We can all high vibrate. Fuck up the system, fuck up the system. It's time to get that health. Fuck up the system, fuck up the system. Break the teeth for the ungodly. Hit him in the cheek with the truth, there'll be no apology. Babylon can't swallow me. Seeds in the dirt, man, kill the economy. Walk beside me, don't follow me. If you want herbs, then holler me. Y'all speak true words, man, I don't need a holiday. Electrons under my feet like wallaby. Rebuke the nation, destroy the wicked. Meditate till I don't know who Chris is. Kidnap the fishermen, save with the fishes. Bless the whole world with alkaline dishes. Grant God's wishes and discipline frees us. Like the book, but I don't beg Jesus. Think less and let the heart lead us. Does the supermarket really feed us? Fuck up the system, fuck up the system. That'd be great. Fuck up the system, fuck up the system. We can all high vibrate. Fuck up the system, fuck up the system. It's time to get that health. Fuck up the system, fuck up the system. Back to nature, enslaved by paper. Yeah, we all gotta wake up. None of them are wearing a mask like makeup. Back to creation, rebuilding electric nation. Not dairy and constipation, fasting, reading a lot of meditation. Back to the garden, yeah, Babylon crash and burn, that's awesome. I just wanna help them, I don't wanna harm them. I ain't no guru, I ain't no shaman. Open sky, yo, open field with the green is. Wanna say, I'ma get back there, I mean it. Bricks and buildings, I already seen it.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Like, literally everything's poison, and it's like there's an agenda to fuck us up. Fuck us up. Fuck us up. Fuck us up. Fuck us up.
Yo, it's like, had enough, get there quick, but I don't wanna rush, I got a pain this big, but I don't wanna rush, I realize it was a trick and I got it all. Yo, check, yo, this don't make no sense. How did it end up in this place? Floating around on a rock like chasing paper money in the middle of space. Big buildings with no trees and everybody's looking at screens. And if all of these shops are acidic, that's why we're all getting disease. And it goes like, limited time visiting, it's the best I'm biased. World keeps turning tires, love this job, can't never get fired. Limited hours, display powers, it gets crowded when I do shows. Put in that work, cause you know I got go. Save myself and I can save some souls. Yeah, keep them close, we're all connected like Vodafone. Straight to the top from a broken home, been hard man, I had to break some bones. Can't fold and choke, wheel chasing, no. Sick of be provocative at times it provokes. Gotta get back to the line cause the concrete thing is a joke like, this don't make no sense. How did it end up in this place? Floating around on a rock like chasing paper money in the middle of space. Big buildings with no trees and everybody's looking at screens. And if all of these shops are acidic, that's why we're all getting disease. And it goes like, this don't make no sense. Why has everybody gotta pay rent? Nobody owns the land, the water, or the salmon. It's crazy, it must be some evil plan in the city or crime. No trees, big buildings, seedless, trying to get the meals in. Everybody forgot about the real thing, gotta get money for the bills in. Yo, iPhone for the children. I don't wanna fool out, but I'm all out. Had enough of this nonsense, it really make no sense to me. Commend me, God please, gotta leave, cause the city feels like a disease. And the air's bad so I can't breathe, and it's sad that we're charging a fee for all the things God granted for free. And we're lost some out here planting the seed. It's ridiculous, this don't make no sense. How did it end up in this place? Floating around on a rock like chasing paper money in the middle of space. Big buildings with no trees and everybody's looking at screens. And if all of these shops are acidic, that's why we're all getting disease. And it goes like,
not take a chance. That's why I tell myself these stories, hoping one day you'll notice me. Nothing, it can be so dark sometimes, so I'm building on my nothing's ever happened, and at times that shit gets to me. Out with the boys, making the peas, smoking the green, blazing the trees. Out with the boys, in with the G's, living the dream, smoking the cheese. I'm inhaling herbal plants, that's why my wordplay's so advanced. And if you aggravate me, I will make your mother suck my pants. Do not take a chance, too many times you will collapse. And now you're sad and looking back, cause you're losing shit you didn't even know you had. I hope you're glad and learn your lesson, don't be sad and count your blessings. Everything you have can be gone in milliseconds. I'm not wasting all my time, smoking sherbet lemons. I'm investing all my mind, sharpening my weapons. I'm preparing for tomorrow and the days after that. I will never download the NHS app, no way. Please go away, I'll never take the jab cause I am not gay. What a load of bollocks, I'm giving them a wallet. Fuck the vaccine, I'd rather kill myself. That's why I tell myself these stories, hoping one day you'll notice me. Nothing, it can be so dark sometimes, so I'm building my fantasy. The truth is nothing's ever happened, yet at times that shit gets to me.
Yo, I thought I'd thrown it all away. Self-sabotage, I can't play these type of games today. It's all a mass facade, now I'm feeling lots of pain always. I'm rapping out with chains as I try to manifest the new display, okay? You're getting what I'm getting at. Some of these man better get to chipping out their Cali packs. Come to me fam, we'll get to 1, 2, freeing up the people fast. We don't take setbacks. So when I'm turning up at Davos 2021, you better guarantee that I'm bringing many guns. And when I go, I'm having lots of fun. I will kill you and then make you suck your mum.
Yeah. Put a sharp knife into the side of me. I do not understand why anybody ever doubted me. I'm not the enemy, I'm somebody who try to be everybody envy me. Cause I'm the #1 G, very undoubtedly. I'm not living for me, I'm just living for the family. If it was up to me, I would leave very rapidly to Thailand or Italy. I'm never harming my body, I'm leaving very frequently. When I'm astral traveling, I do it very easily. Happenings unraveling behind my eyes frequently. When I'm feeling stressed, I take a breath very peacefully. And when I'm shifting to the present, everything is looking differently. But really you were very sad inside. I can see it in your eyes, I can see through your disguise. You ain't fooling any guys, you ain't moving any bricks. We can see through your shit, put it down, take a hit, breathe it in, have a trip. I'm feeling wavy when I'm sipping on the ayahuasca. You're drinking lots of gravy, asking for a big disaster. She suck my penis and I don't even have to ask her. I'm coming, then I'm leaving, then I'm blazing on the ganja. I'm smoking like a rasta. My blunt is so fucking massive, I swap the roach for pasta. You're fast, but I am faster. You're such a fucking bastard.
Wake and bake at 2:30. Early blaze away my pain because my tooth hurty. Feeling lazy, back to sleeping like I'm Connor Murphy. Sleeping sheep and really thinking drinking do not hurt me. Surely raising up to fame because I got the wisdom. And truth is pain, that's why I'm laying on this supporting system. Today you're feeling A-OK cause in your mouth there is none. So when I'm talking truth and facts, that's why you never listen.
Lately I've been trapped inside my head. Thoughts I've been thinking got me depressed. My entire life I've been misled, wishing that I stayed with her instead. Do not talk, there's nothing left to hear. Give them what they want, they disappear. All this stress making my thoughts unclear. Smoking up and
inside the volunteer. So come and save me, why can't somebody save me? All these thoughts inside my head feel like a psycho lately. Never felt so fucking dead, I think I'm going crazy. Smoke a half ounce in the shed and now I'm feeling wavy. So come and save me, why can't somebody save me? All these thoughts inside my head feel like a psycho lately.
Welcome to dystopia. You own nothing, we own you. You are trapped, so book your jab. Fill out the form and download the app. Now enter your human code. If you don't know, you better get to know. Please enter.
Thank you.